Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are doing another Be Better project. So this one is a Be Betterification of my Mango sulfate-free shampoo bar that I shared a couple years ago, and I'm calling this updated version a More Mango shampoo bar. In the years since I shared my Mango shampoo bar, I've really evolved the way that I make and formulate shampoo bars. The shampoo bars that I create today are a lot easier to make. You don't end up with a sort of sticky paste. Instead, it's a nice smooth dough. The bars end up usually looking nicer because of that more workable consistency, and the bars are a lot harder and last a lot longer, not only in the shower, but especially if you live somewhere warmer than I do. All of these awesome developments are due to shifting the balance of the formulation. I now formulate my shampoo bars so the bulk of the ingredients are dry, non-fatty, solid things. These solid surfactants that make the shampoo bars, foamy and lovely, end up being a large part of that, but I've also tried this using ingredients like clays, starches, and powdered botanicals. Something like clay or starch isn't going to melt on a hot day or in a hot shower, and so we end up with a far sturdier finished bar. Once I have a nice blend of powders, it's then just about getting it wet and moldable enough to form into a shape. And so we can use things like liquid oils and melted butters for that, liquid surfactants that have some water in them, or even just a bit of water can really help. When we get it just wet enough with sort of a selection of ingredients that can vary from formulation to formulation to make a dough. And once we have a nice workable dough, then you can press that in a mold, you can shape that with your hands. It's significantly easier to work with than the earlier Mango shampoo bar kind of paste, which was really sticky, and you can really tell from even looking at the finished bars, even if you don't watch the previous tutorial, that it was like a very irksome substance to try and bend to your will. So today's updated formulation features the same two solid anionic surfactants as the Mango version. So that is sodium cocoyl isethionate and Bio-Terge AS90. If you don't have the Bio-Terge, you can use sodium lauryl sulfoacetate or SLSA instead. Together, the solid surfactants comprise 75% of the formulation. To that, we'll add some Cocamidopropyl Betaine and some melted mango butter. A question that was often asked about the Mango bars is, why didn't they contain mango butter? And at the time, is because I wanted to make sure I was including a nice brittle butter for the structure of the bar, but these updated bars don't need the butter for structure. The butter is more of a binding and refatting ingredient. So mango butter, here we are. A small amount of orange dye makes these bars mango colored, but you can leave it out if you want to. I've used the same mango natural fragrance oil from Essential Wholesale, which was a gift. I did get a lot of questions about what on earth is a natural fragrance oil? Have you gone crazy? Fragrance oils are never natural. Essential Wholesale has a whole blog post on that, so I really recommend checking that out if you're wondering sort of what's going on there, because yeah, a natural fragrance oil does sort of sound like an oxymoron. The making of these bars is really easy, in keeping with the vast majority of the shampoo bars I've shared in the last couple years. We're gonna mash everything together with a pair of gloved hands to create a workable dough. Side note, if your dough is not workable, please read the blog post for help on making it workable, because it should be workable. And then we're gonna just workable it into a lovely lump of your choice, if you're choosing, of your preference. Leave it to dry, and yeah, that is pretty much it. Come on, let's get started. But before we do, please make sure you are reading the partner blog post. There's always just heaps of great information in there. Information on substitution, scaling, shelf life, links to places to buy all the ingredient, information on my formulation decisions, and yeah, definitely give it a read. Come on, let's get started. I'm going to begin by pre-dispersing the dye in the Cocamidopropyl Betaine, since the dye is water soluble and there is water in the Cocamidopropyl Betaine. So that was 0.05 grams of Lake Orange dye and 6.5 grams Cocamidopropyl Betaine. Here are all of the ingredients. We're going to be putting everything in a bowl and mixing it together with gloved hands, but I'm going to need to wear a dust mask for that, so I'll just walk you through everything you see first. You'll need 15 grams of Bio-Terge AS90, 22.5 grams of a very finely powdered sodium cocoyl isethionate, 4.75 grams melted mango butter. In this little dish, I have 3 ingredients. We have half a gram of a natural mango fragrance. So this is it. It was a gift from Essential Wholesale, and if you want to learn more about natural fragrance oils, they've got a whole blog on it. You'll also find 0.2 grams of our preservative liquid Germall Plus in here, and half a gram of Polyquaternium 7, and then we already have our orange Cocamidopropyl Betaine. Up next, on goes my dust mask. right, so now that all the powdered surfactants have been wetted out and incorporated into this dough, I have pulled my face mask down so you can hear me again. So you can see that we get a really nice workable dough, right? Like this is a thing that we can do things with, that we can, you know, form into a nice shampoo bar shape, or press or stuff it into a mold. It is up to you. I'm going to hand form this. So if your shampoo bar dough is not nice and workable, if you're finding it's just a sticky, unworkable blob, please make sure you are reading the blog post, because I have information on how to troubleshoot that, so you too can have a lovely, silky, workable dough. To wrap up, I'm going to do a lather demo with one of the older versions of this bar. So this has had time to dry out and age. And you can see it is way harder than the previous bar. It's a very, very sturdy shampoo bar. So I just got a bowl of warm water here and a loofah to simulate a head of hair. Okay, and so there it is, all nice and lathered up in the loofah, and you can see that there's just tons of gorgeous, ample lather. It's like this lovely bulk of really tiny, dense bubbles with some of these bigger ones hanging out, and it's just lovely. Just And there you go. So we just made a really lovely sulfate-free, more mango shampoo bar. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and please make sure you are reading the full partner blog post linked in the description box below. You'll find a lot more information down there, including information on substitutions, scaling, shelf life, and links to places to buy all of the ingredients. Yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.